welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So in today's problem, we have union of two sorted arrays. So this is the I think fifth problem in the array series, and if you are new to this channel, you can check out the array series. We are doing array problems in the order of easy, medium, and then the hard array problems. So let's see this problem. In this problem, what we are given is we are given two sorted arrays of size n and m. Find their union. So what do you mean by union? Union of two arrays can be defined as the common and the distinct element in two arrays. Return the elements in sorted order. So this is very important. We have to return the elements in sorted order. Okay. So let's understand what basically the problem is. Okay. So we will be given two arrays. Okay. And two sorted arrays. To be specific, we are given sorted arrays. And we have to find the union of both of the arrays. What do you mean by union? Union means the distinct and common element. Distinct common element. That is the elements. So see, what does this mean? We have to return the common and the distinct elements. For example, if you see 1 is a common element, 2 is a common element, 3 is the common element, 4 is the distinct element, 5 is the distinct element, and 6 is the distinct element, and 7 is the distinct. So basically in this array, 6 is a distinct element. Okay. And the, all the elements which are common also we have to return. Basically, like if you do intersection, right? If you do intersection, you basically return the common elements. But that is intersection. But since here we have to find union, right? So we have to return the common elements also, and we have to return the distinct elements also. Okay. So I hope you understood what we have to do in the problem. So if you see here, if we take the union of this and this array, so 1 we will get, because it's a common element, then we will get 2, then we'll get 3, then we get 4 because it's distinct, we get 5, we get 6, and we get 7. Okay. And now very important thing, guys, we have to return the elements in the sorted order. Okay. So you cannot return it in any order. So maybe you might be thinking that, okay, I'll do one thing. What I can do is, I'll first find out what are the common elements. So this is common, this is common, this is common, right? I will add, have them, those elements, but that needs to be in sorted order. Okay. You have to keep this in mind. All right. So I hope you understood what we have to do in the problem. Now let's see how we can approach it. So quickly let me write the test case again. Okay. And the other array was 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 7. Okay. All right. So guys, see one important thing. So first of all, we will see what we are able to get from the problem statement. Okay, we will find out the conclusions from that first. First thing is that we are given sorted arrays. Okay, these are sorted arrays which we are given to us. If you see here, this is a sorted array. This is a sorted array. Okay. So whenever sorted thing comes into picture, right, you can think of two-pointer approach. Two-pointer approach. Just keep this thing in mind. Whenever sorting is there, right, whenever two arrays are sorted or one array is sorted, you can think of applying two-pointer somehow. Okay. And two-pointer can work for us in this case. Why? Because we have to find the common and distinct elements. So what we can do is, we can have a pointer here, we can have a pointer here. Okay. I will iterate on these arrays once, and I will have a output list. You can say this is my output list, in which I will be storing the common and the distinct elements, that is the union. So this is my output array. Okay. So let's see how we will approach the problem. First of all, we will check what is that ARR of I. This is, let's ARR of 1, and this is ARR of 2. Okay. So we will see what is at ARR of at first array index and what is at second array index. If those are equal, right, in here, like in this case, these are equal. So it means that that is a common element. It means, what is that? It means it's the common element. Common element. So common element I have to store in the output array. So I will store, either I can store this or I can store this, because obviously they are same, right? So I will store one here, and since we have considered these two elements now, so we will move our pointer forward. Okay, all right. So basically, if this is the case, then what we have done, we have in the output array, output, we have appended or we have added the ARR of 1 of I. Like any element you can, either you can add this or you can add this. Okay, both are same. And after that, I have incremented I and I have incremented J. Okay, so this is my first condition. First condition, okay, this is my first condition. Let's move forward. Now if you see, again, ARR of 1, ARR 1 of I is what? 2, and ARR of 2 of J is what? 2 again. These are equal again. So means it's a common element, and what we will do, we will add it in the output array. This thing we will do this step, and then we will increment I and J. So I will come here, J will come here. Okay. Now again we will compare, we will check this condition, it satisfies. So we will add the element in the output array, and we will increment I and we will increment J. Now see carefully guys, now it becomes interesting. I just need to have some space, so I'll just, yeah, it's, okay. So see, now this is your ARR of I, ARR 1 I, and this is your element at ARR 2 J index. Okay, so these are not same, and we have to return this output in what? Sorted order, right? We have to return this in sorted order. If you remember, in the problem it's mentioned that return the elements in sorted order. So what do you think you should choose? Should you choose this or should you choose this? What do you think? Since we want it in sorted order, right? I hope you guys guessed it. We will be choosing the smaller one, right? So what is the other condition? Else if will be, if ARR of 1 of I is less than ARR of 2J, which is here, right? Then in the output, I will append ARR of 1 of I, because it's the smaller one. And so why we are choosing smaller? Because I want it in the sorted order. And since I have already considered the element at I index, I will move I then. Okay. So here I plus is equal to 1 we will do. So here now I element 4 we will add in the array, and we will move our I forward. I will move forward. Okay. Now let's see the condition again. So ARR of I is 5 and ARR of J, ARR 2 of J is 6. So again, this one is smaller than this. Okay. So what we will do? We will add 5 in the array and we will move I forward. I move forward. Now guys, important step. You will see that one of the array is completed. We have completed the iteration in one of the array, because now I has reached, like it's gone out of bound, right? It has reached out of bound. Okay. So now what you will do? Whatever elements are left in the second array, since it's a union, right? So what you have to do? Either you have to have the common elements or you have to get the distinct elements. So common you have already got. These were the common elements. Right. Now you have to get the distinct, and since this array is finished, whatever elements are left in the second array, you will just copy them as such. Right. And this is your final output array. If you see here, Output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here your output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Awesome. So this is one use case. This is one use case. There are a lot of edge cases in this problem. We will see all of them one by one. Don't worry. Okay. I hope you have understood until this the approach. Let's see what are the edge cases. Okay. I'll just make a test case on my own. So 1, 2, 3, 6. Let's take this. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 6. Something like this we have taken. So in the previous problem here it was 7. I have just in the previous test case, right, it was 7 here. I just changed it to 6. So I just want to tell you one edge case which we have to handle. Okay. Alright. So let's see how we can handle that edge case. Okay. So see guys, here if you remember the previous test case which we have just dry run, right? We just did the dry run for that. In that, this entire array gets completed. I reaches the out of bound. Okay, and our output array is something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? Something like this is the output array. And our J index is here. Okay. Now what in the previous test case, right? What we did was just simply copy whatever elements are left in the second array. So here your array, output array will become something like this because you will copy this and this. But do you think this is correct? We have to return the common and the distinct elements, right? But here 6 is coming 2 times in the output array. We don't want it to come 2 times. It should come only once. It should come only once, okay? So, whenever, what we have to do here is, whenever we are copying the elements, right, we just need to check if they are same, if these are same, right? Let's say we can do it like this. Okay, we have J here. I will just check if J ARR 2 of J is equal to ARR of 2 J plus 1. Is it? Yes. Yes. Right? It's yes. 6. This is J plus 1, right? So 6 is equal to 6. Then do J plus plus. J plus equal 1. Just move your J forward. And now there is no J plus 1. So whatever J is, just copy it here. So only once your J will get copied. Okay. So this is one edge case. Same can happen here also. Like there might be duplicates here also. So same way you have to deal in I also. That if ARR of 1 of I is equal to ARR of 1 I plus 1. This is I, okay. Then do I plus equal to 1. Okay, this is first edge case which we have discussed. Okay, I hope you understood this. Now there is last and the second and the last edge case. Let's see that what is that? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 2. I'm just changing the test case a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. Now see guys. Let's say we are iterating. So this is I here, this is J, and I have this output array with me. Okay. Now since these are same, so I will add 1 here and I will move both of them forward. So I will come here, J will come here. Now guys, see, very important. These are same, right? These are same. So what you will do, you will say these are same, right? So these are common. So you will add 2 here and increment again I and J. Now I is smaller than J. So you will add this I. But now again 2 is coming 2 times. Right? It should come only once. So where was the problem? Problem was when your I and J were here. Here you will see that they are same elements. So while iterating also, as you did here, right? As you did here, that you were comparing if they are same, so just move I forward. Same thing you will do here also. If while iterating, if your ARR of 1 of I is equal to ARR of 1 of I plus 1, you will do what? You will just move I forward. So I will come here. Now you can compare them. So they are same, so 2 will be added and this will move forward, this will move forward. Again they are same. So add 3, move I forward, these are same again. So add 4, I forward, these are same. Add, then I forward, it reaches out of bound, J is here and 7 is left, so you will just add 7 and this is your out. So I hope you understood both of the edge cases. Now let's see the code for this. If you understood the approach, code is very easy. We have taken both the pointers initially at 0 index, taken the output array. Until and unless both are in the limit, okay, we will first of all see if this condition is for the second edge case, right? This one. If both are same, just move I forward. This one. So if ARR of I plus 1 is equal to ARR of I, move I. Same with J. If ARR of I is smaller, append ARR of 1 of I and move I forward. If J is smaller, add J. And if both are equal, add any of either any one and move both. And this is once, let's say your one array is completed but the elements are left in the other array, you will check whether in the first array elements are left. So if in the first array elements are left, I will be less than this M. Okay, so then this will run and this is your first edge case, wherein like let's you remember, right, we did this thing where let's say the copied element the elements which you have to copy are same. In that case, you will just check if they are same, just move I forward and then only copy. Okay, and at last you will return the output. So I hope you understood the problem and the approach. Time complexity of this is M plus N. Okay, because we have this loop, and space complexity is constant because we are not using any extra space. I hope you understood this problem and the approach. It's a very important problem and this concept will be used in many other problems. So if you have any doubt, please let me know in the comments. And if you found the video helpful, please like it, subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.